Welcome to my channel. My name is Edgar Mendez. I'm setting up still. I am doing live stream readings. If you are interested in booking a reading with me, you can book on my Calendly. If not, if you don't have, if you want to, um, get a free question, you can book, or write it in the chat box. So I'm gonna be cleaning the lens. One second, everyone. Let's really make sure I get it good. That should be good. Anyway. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Do a little more. Anyway, hi everyone who's here. I want to say hello to anyone that's booked with me recently. I've been receiving so much lately, and it's actually really nice. It's really nice to connect. Anyway, when you're having, you have a lot of good stuff happening to you, and you're having a hard time practicing gratitude. That's where I'm at right now, everyone. I have so much to be grateful for, and yet it's so difficult, right? To embrace that gratitude. But I want to work at it. Maybe I'll work at it tonight. Anyway, if you do want to book, please book. If not, if you're just watching to watch, hi. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Chat. Please do like and share and all that good stuff. But I'm going to ground myself in a second. When you got like deja vu, I'm having it. I'm sitting here thinking, I feel like I've seen this before. I don't know. Anyway, I just want you to know this. It's the funniest thing. So I call my angels, ancestors, and guides to watch over and protect me. I have Saint Germain. Thank you, Saint Germain. Please ground me, protect me, and help me receive clearly. Help open up my chakras. Thank you, Sirius B. Guide. Thank you. Hi everyone. Sorry, I paused it. Anyway. Hi everyone that's here. Hi, Get Your Soulmate. Thank you for that shout out. Let's take a look here. I'm going to run a little bit more. Alright, just make sure everything's open. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna ground a little bit more, see if anyone wants to book. If you have any questions for me, you can write in the chat box. I have no problem answering. Thank you. Calling the Dragons of Wealth, to help bring in more clients, more money. Thank you. chakras. Yeah, sorry. Huh. Whew. Does anyone have any questions for me, or would you like to book on my Calendly? Please do. I also want to let you know I am offering healing sessions. If you are interested in getting a healing session, ancient Atlantean healings, or Akashic record readings, whatever you are drawn to, or even a private reading. I am offering a discount, and I think either today or tomorrow is my last day of the discount. So if you're interested in that, now is the time to book. I do want to let you know that. Anyway, so let's take a look here. Hi. Oh, by the way, hi. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Scorpion. Hi, Silvana. I actually like your name, Silvana. Hello, hello, hello. Let's take a look here. Let's ground myself. I'm still like getting used to some like new energies. I did an activation like like Starseed activation last night right before bed. I did the activation, and normally I don't like normally when you get like work done or energy work done, it's like I usually stay up for a while or something like that. But this time I was so tired, and I knew why. When you start expanding, you get exhausted, right? I remember when Merlin was doing it to me for like a month. I was completely drained, and I'm in one of those cycles where I'm continuously expanding more and more and more. Although on a daily or throughout most of the day during the expansions, you feel drained, you feel tired, you feel exhausted, and that's kind of where I'm at mentally right now. So when I do go live, I have a little energy to give. So I want to thank you all for being here. So let's take a look here. Let's see. Does anyone have questions? So strange. I feel like there should have been someone that booked in. Anyway. I guess we'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. I'm gonna go get some. I'll just ground. The meditation I was doing was really good. Sorry. So I'll be right back, everyone. I'm gonna meditate a little bit. intense. Anyway. Hi everyone who's here. Does anyone have any questions they'd like me to answer? I want to say ask too. Anyone want to book with me? If not, I can do a collective message and then just rename the thing. Anyway, let's take a look here. So let's do a collective message for everyone that's going to watch now, whether they watch now or later. I call my angels, answers, guides, and Saint Germain. Let's do a collective message. What do they need to hear right now? I actually love doing these readings. They really do help me receive what I'm missing. So we have here as your very first one is going to be obstacles and challenges in the reverse. One thing that is coming through for the message for everyone that's listening, a lot of the obstacles and challenges that you've dealt with are in the past. But one thing that is coming through from God is He's saying that just because there are the ones that you've dealt with already are in your past, or the ones that you've faced already, maybe you've mastered them, doesn't mean that there are no other obstacles, there are no other challenges, there's not going to be any other blocks or restrictions in your path ahead of you. I actually see really big ones. One thing that they would suggest is that you call in your dragon and ask your dragon to fly ahead and remove those blocks. I want to say the crystalline dragon, but I'm pretty sure it's a fire dragon. Sorry. That is going to be one of the best ones to do this. It's such an odd thing, but it's coming through from, I want to say from Spirit. We give so much of ourselves to help each other, and in that, we kind of go through the cycle of life a little bit. I know it's a crazy thing to say, but they're saying it's all good. We always reincarnate. But there's a lot of that coming through here with that obstacles and challenges, right? You may have mastered the current obstacles in your life, but it doesn't mean what's ahead of you. What's ahead of you is it's going to be smooth sailing. In fact, I feel like there is a need for you to make sure that you are maintaining that mastery and that equilibrium, and honestly, really using and cultivating your masculine energy. Okay. Let's take a look here. What other messages do they need to hear most? Let's see. We have hope reversed as well. One thing that I can see here, and it's kind of like, it's one of the, if these are periods in life that I've been in. I remember I was in one at like age 7, and I think 11, 17. Sorry. I've been in periods in my life where like there was no light, right? Or there was no path, there was no way ahead. And in those periods when we find ourselves stuck in the dark, right, we still have to move forward, or we're meant to, right? One thing that comes through, I want to say from Lord Melchizedek, is he's saying that those periods that, and I truly have been in these. I remember them as so young. Like someone has to walk ahead, right? And I feel like a lot of you may be stuck in a period where there's not as much hope, not as much light, not as much maybe there's no clear path ahead, but that doesn't mean you just sit there and wait and hope that things get better. One thing that I remember, I was in meditation, and it's not that he was doing this, but I remember I saw Buddha, and he asked me, "Why don't you just wait?" And that's what he told me. Right? I was doing distant traveling. He's like, "Why don't you just wait?" And I was like, okay. So I did it. And then someone right then and there, or a being came and were able to ride their back. You know how like if someone's on a carriage. We did that, and I went somewhere I would have never gone. Sometimes you'll feel that like that's okay, right? But I feel like where you are, for whoever's listening, waiting around for someone else to come along to take you, right, isn't the best plan, right? Isn't the best idea. And a lot of you may be in need of food, or in need of sustenance, or in need of energy, and there is a need to make sure that you're understanding like some of the feelings you're feeling, or the emptiness you're feeling is coming from this, okay? You have deception and envy. One thing that's coming through from God, and he's saying that you are, you're not, you don't believe that you're capable of overcoming the adversity and the obstacles that are ahead of you, right? That are in front of you, that when it comes to this very dark period, it's not that long. And I really do want to emphasize this. I see like this dark room, and you're here, and at the end there's this light at the end of the tunnel, right? And you have to make your way there. And the one thing that's coming through from the great divine director, you don't necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? But you have to feel your way through it, or you have to move forward close enough to that light to see the light. Does that make sense? That's what he's saying. And the divine director really just wants to emphasize. Really just wants to emphasize that that in life you have to put one foot in front of the other, even when you don't see an end, even when you don't know where the destination leads, and even when you don't know what's going to happen. One thing that, especially in the esoteric community, with psychics, right? So many people want those answers before they hit these snags, right? But in reality, those snags are finding that strength in these very dark periods is where your growth lies, right? It's more important than you know. We have the waiting game reversed. Now is not the time for you to wait around and hope that things get better. Or let's say you are let's say you are like there was some kind of natural disaster, right? Think of the hurricanes, right? And you're sitting there, you have no food, no water, no electricity, no Wi-Fi, all that stuff, and you're sitting there hoping that someone comes along and saves you, right? This is kind of what the message is all about. Don't be that person, right? Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're capable of, you're not meant to stay in this dark period and hoping that someone comes along and fixes things for you, right? Someone's your savior, right? Someone's your Red Cross, right? The messages I'm receiving is that you truly are meant to find a way through this. And we have the third eye chakra. One of the biggest things that lower forces target when they target light workers or anyone, right, is the third eye. The third eye is our true sight, right? It's our ability to see the truth, right? To see what's right in front of us, not the deception, right? Not the illusion, not the make believe, right? My message to you is I feel like you're in a period where you're not able to see ahead of you, right? And you're being asked to take one foot in front of the other and trust. And this is coming from God, right? Trust God, trust yourself, right? Trust the universe, and alone. Before you know it, you're gonna find that light at the end of the tunnel, and before you know it, you're gonna make it through that door, and before you know it, you're gonna be at a much brighter period. There's been so many people where I've had to open up portals to get them like to the opposite to the end, or use the divine director as assistance. I'm actually probably gonna do that today. Director, can you help me with that? Thank you. It's so important that we are aware of these things so that we can move through these things. Okay, so let's take a look. Um, let's see. Any other messages that anyone that's reading that's here needs to hear? Sorry, anyone that's here needs to hear. Yes. We have the five of swords in its reverse. We have obstacles and challenges again with suffering and silence. This is kind of like suffering. A lot of your suffering has to do with the fact that you're not moving, right? One of the things that is I feel the most painful, and this is coming from Kim, right? Is staying put, right? Just sitting there, right? No choice is a choice, right? There's action and there's inaction and there's no choice, right? And I feel like a lot of you are sitting in that energy, right? Where you're not really making a choice. If you made a choice to like stay where you are in this dark period, then you would immediately get pushed, right? And reminded about what you should be doing, right? My message to you is a lot of you are making a choice to not make a choice. This is the worst possible thing you can do for yourself, because what's essentially happening is you're now you're now in this like it's like like the balls in your court, right? Everyone's waiting for you to say, I'll stay here, right? Or I'll move, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. No one's waiting for you to wait, right? And this is kind of where I feel a lot of you are right now. Okay, with that deception and envy here, there is a belief system that I feel you have deep within self, that tells you that what you're doing when it comes to not making a choice is okay, right, or a good call, or you can outlast it, or something like that. My message to you is this is simply not the true, right? With the power here, you have all the power you need to get yourself out of this situation and to find the light again, right? And to find solace again, right? To find peace, and that comes from Buddha. And my message to you, and with the magician in reverse, you're not using this internal masculine energy. In fact, I feel like you may be this like distancing yourself from it. I feel like you're just outright rejecting it. A lot of times when we are hit with really terrible things in our life, what often happens, especially when it comes to lower for like I want to say like humans and our human experience, is we tend to think that this is out of our control now, right? One thing that is coming through, I want to say from the Divine Mother. She was with me earlier. One thing I want to say about the Divine Mother, is she came through with this message. A lot of times we get hit with this, like, this thing that we felt was out of our control, right? Let's say a hurricane or some kind of natural disaster, and then we feel like the during and the after is out of our control as well. My message to you is that we always accept things into our reality, right? We always allow things. We always give permission. And my message to you is you are in control. Start, middle, end. Whether or not you are keenly aware of it. With the 4 here, this is going to be the 4 of Wands, foundation and achievement. You're meant to make it through this period. You're meant to become wiser as a result of it. A lot of you are meant to have children, or you want to have children, or maybe you're meant to teach kids. There's a message here that a lot of what you're learning, you're going to impart on the younger generation. Loma Cheesecake said there's always a younger one, right? I don't know why he wants to say it that way, but he's saying there's always a younger generation. Don't worry. Anyway, but with the wisdom and its reverse here, I feel like you are meant to impart the wisdom that you've gained from this. A really good example for this is, like, you may be a wayshower. You may be someone who's meant to walk that path first, so others can walk behind you and get to where you go faster. One thing that's coming from the Divine Mother is a lot of you are meant to have more endurance than you currently have, or a lot of you are meant to have more strength than you currently have. A lot of you are meant to have more patience than you have. And one thing that I can see here really being, I want to say key with that power. With that power here is, like, the younger people. They're less likely to stick to this, right? You can have. I feel like you have seen enough. You've gone through enough. You've experienced enough, like, things working out for you, where you won't stay put, or you won't waver, right? Or sorry, yeah, waver on your path if it gets tough. Right, younger people tend to not be that way. And my message to you is, I feel like you're older, you feel like you're wiser, and you're someone who understands the only way is through, right? That's fact, right? But you also understand that no matter, like, everything comes to an end, everything comes to a close, everything opens, all that good stuff, and all you got to do is put one foot in front of the other. A really good example for this is, like, drought, right? Let's say you're in a period where there's just nothing, right? There's no water, there's no food, there's no sustenance, right? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I feel like you, if you've gone through enough of those, you know that the drought always ends, right? Good days always come again, right? And I feel like the message is for you to truly anchor that into you, into your reality, into your heart. I want to say even into your mind. We have positive movement forward. Anchor that rather than I'm feeling like this. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs. And the message is that you're not meant to stay. And you're, as someone who's older, as someone who's more wise, you're meant to put one foot in front of the other, and make your way through this. We have destiny in its reverse as well. You've not completed this as well. It's what it's coming through, right? And that's coming through from God, right? Things are not finished. What he wants to say with that. We have material harvest again. That drought really does come through for this one. But with the material harvest here, this is one thing that this does come through from God. He's saying, he's saying that, a lot of the material harvest that we get, or the harvest that we can, the cornucopia that we gain and like in life, and this applies to crops, I guess, and to life. Sorry, not I guess, to life as well. A lot of a lot of what we harvest, or the amount of that we are able to produce for ourselves, comes from knowledge and wisdom, right? The older you get, the better you get at planting stuff and planting stuff and farming, I guess, right? And my message to you is, I feel like a lot of you are wise enough to know to plan for that winter, right? Winter's coming, kind of thing. A lot of you know that, and the message here is to open yourself up to I want to say the reality of the situation that you're in as well. We have love begins reverse. Sorry, let me show you all the booked. Let's see over here. Oh, anyway, we have love begins reverse. Sorry, I'm just like I got on. I'm more tired than I realized. I didn't eat. I probably didn't eat enough. Anyway, I'll think about it. Anyway, we have awareness reverse as well. And then the last one we have is going to be choose wisely. You haven't made a choice. One thing that I do want to emphasize, there's no such thing as a wrong path. And this is coming through from the Arcturians, Lord Melchizedek. I feel like there's a message here. A lot of times we tend to not want to choose anything because we think we'll choose wrong, or we'll think we'll make the wrong choice. You're going to get right back to where you're supposed to be. You're going to feel exactly what you're supposed to feel, right? You're going to know exactly what's next, right? Or exactly what you should, or where you should head, or you know what I mean? Like, you're going to know. There's no such thing as a wrong path. Everything leads you to the right one. And with the awareness being in reverse here, I feel like a lot of yous are at, like, maybe even abdicating your responsibility for self, right? This is it's your responsibility to help yourself, right? It's your responsibility to move through these really heavy energies that all of us are moving through. It's not anyone else's, right? And I feel a lot of yous have taken like a back seat, right? So when it comes to your life. And by the way, Aquarius vibes, please do book if you are interested. A lot of you have taken this back seat for some reason, maybe because of the state of the world, maybe because of things that you're hearing. But the message is that it's never changed, right? You're responsible for your life. You're responsible for your purpose. You're responsible for your destiny. You're responsible for your fate. You're responsible to getting yourself there and being a good fit for it, right? And being ready for that. It's your responsibility, right? Universe just gives you a path. It's your responsibility to walk it. And a lot of the energy I'm feeling is that's coming through so strongly. A lot of you have made it someone else's, or you've assumed that, and you will be sorry, right? There's a message here about not making that assumption, right? Not hoping that someone else comes along and solves everything, and fix it yourself. We have lights here as well, and I know that this is a very dark period where you don't feel ready, you don't feel you can't see your feet at the ground, right? But you still have to walk, right? You still have to make your way through this period. The sunlight will come, right? I can see it, I can feel it, but it's not the point. You can't stay where you are, and there is need for you to start to register that in your mind. There's a lot of frustration that comes through as well. I feel like for one thing that I really do want to emphasize, we have spiritual strength at the bottom. One thing that's become abundantly clear when it comes to like soul connection and stuff, there are limits, right, that we'll put up with when it comes to our twin flame, right? When it comes to our soulmate, when it comes to, I even want to say, like, I could say a God, right? There are limits, right, when it comes to those things, and we will hit those limits, right? And I feel a lot of yous are, you have family, right, who are looking at what you're doing, and they've hit their limit, right? And my message to you is it's time for you to start to save yourself, help yourself, and get better. We have the Six of Cups reversed, and it also came out with spiritual strength, and it's upright. I feel here one of the things that you can do, and it's probably going to be the most beneficial, is to remind yourself about the good times, right? So that you can put one foot in front of the other and have all the energy that you need, right? The access that you need, the love that you need. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna burp. Anyway, I feel a lot better. And this is kind of where it's at right now. All right. Anything else about this? Let's get some oracle. Okay. We have She Who Thrives. You are trying to either plant yourself in a place or near people where you don't thrive. There is need for you to find your soul tribe. Okay, find your people, find your environment, right? Let's say you're a tropical sunflower or whatever, right? You can grow in Antarctica, right? My message to you is for you to find a place where you thrive rather than let's say this is the cool place to be, right? One thing that's coming through from God is a lot of people have been doing this lately. They're trying to thrive in an environment that they're not meant to, and that's harmful, right? That hurts. And we also have She Who Hesitates coming through, and it came out with She Who Listens. Whew, sorry, I can tell I'm gonna like end the live stream. I'm like really tired, but I feel like I had to give that message for someone who's listening. It's just that reminder that we are the ones responsible for whether or not we make it through our dark periods, no matter who we're looking to. Okay, it's us who has to do the work, right? Let's say you ask God for a miracle, and I don't know. Sorry, he really is saying this. He's saying let's say you need food, and he hands you a wagon, and I'm not joking about this, with seeds and some farming stuff. You're gonna have to farm, right? You know what? I'm sorry. It's funny. It's just something to just like that's life, right? It's been my life. I imagine it's been a lot of yours, and sometimes we can disconnect ourselves from that truth, and there's need for you to remind yourself of that. Okay, we have she who knows, and then we have she who hopes here as well. You know that you're going to make it through, right? And this is just that reminder that it's you who's going to make it through for you, right? You're the one who's you can count on. Okay, let's see you persist. Sorry, I'm like I'm like really, really tired. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that, everyone. I might go live later. I probably am. Right now I'm actually kind of drained, but I want to thank you. Thank you, Vicky, everyone here. And take care. Bye, everyone. Wow, wow.